Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
In the delicate arena of compliance, every conversation matters. Traditional methods can leave callers feeling unheard, but Ethico changes the game. Our empathetic interview technique reshapes compliance calls into powerful, compassionate interactions, ensuring no crucial detail is missed. It's about creating a conversation that matters, that resonates, that makes a difference. Be the change in your compliance approach. See the transformation for yourself at ethico.com/CPN. Book a demo, try our free ROI calculator, and explore the white paper by Tom Fox, The ROI of Compliance.
The Daily Compliance News for May 31, 2024. Yes, it's the last day of May, the whites-only edition. And we begin with this story, which is just, I can't even begin to describe it. But it comes to us from the Washington Post as a Virginia-based technology company was penalized by the Justice Department for posting a job opening for whites only, 60 miles, who live within 60 miles of Dallas, Texas. So, I cannot believe in 2024 we have to put up with this. It is as shameful in the 21st century as it was in the 20th century. Whites only, U.S. born, that's just not what America stands for, even if we got idiot magma hat wearers. Next up, from the New York Times, a little bit more positive article, is Boeing executives have delivered a plan to improve quality and safety to the FAA, vowing to address systemic issues that have damaged the company's reputation and put the aircraft manufacturer at the center of several federal investigations. Boeing detailed these and other steps during a 3-hour meeting with the FAA's administrator and submitted a, quote, comprehensive action plan, end quote. So maybe Boeing will start to turn the corner. Next up, in an interesting article from the Financial Times, it talked about Toyota and the Olympic dilemma. And that dilemma is, are the Olympic Games now potentially reputational damage for companies? Olympic viewership has changed, and it takes some time to perhaps appreciate this. Toyota had signed on as a 4 Olympic lead sponsor, and apparently they're not going to renew their contract. It's up after the Paris Olympics. The apparently younger folks, Gen Z and millennials, are simply not watching the Olympics. And whether they want a quick, snippy soundbite on TikTok or they're just not interested in international sports, it's not known at this point, but it sure is a different change. And finally, from Politico, reporting on the trial of Senator Robert Menendez, who the prosecution has laid out their case, and that the bribes that were paid to Menendez and the actions he took on behalf of the Egyptian government for not 30 pieces of silver, but bars of gold. So end of May, next week, we'll be back on June 3rd with the first episode of the Daily Compliance News for the month of June. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.